this will be a short video, and I mostly want to talk about the character designs. I don't want to complain about other things in the game. I'm not gonna be saying things, stupid things like some other people did. I mostly want to complain about the designs and what I think should have been done instead. Now, I'm gonna be starting with Alyosha, and the issue is the name here. The inspiration behind Alyosha is a group in Russia that was more oppressed, and he was still given the name that oppressors forced on people, which is the only issue I have with this character. And while I think he's good. I think his design is good. I think his inspiration is good. He also seems to have like some slight patterns on his outfits that remind me of Slavic patterns, but at the same time, I feel like the name they given him is like just ignoring part of part like the culture they taken from. I love how he did with Natlan. Is not give proper respect to a part of a culture. I do also like his eyes specifically, because they aren't that. They look a bit more like more Asian than Slavic. Slavic people don't have a lot of those Turkic features that some people that are you know, in Russia, then it's not just Slavic people as a group. There's also people who have more Asian features, and while they are not like perfect, I like that they added that. In general, I think his design is good. I just think the name they give him is like just a bit disrespectful to the culture he's inspired from. I'm sure you can see this. Maid. Yeah, she has a short skirt. One of the big issues when it comes to maids is that they're oftentimes sexualized, and here, just I know you want to have a sexy maid, but at the same time, that short of a skirt is just weird, and she has stockings underneath. This does not look like pants. If she had like pants and like had like I think okay, that would have been fine. And if it does look like pants in the game model, I think okay, that's good. But this looks like stockings with that short skirt. They could have animated a longer skirt, and I think a skirt like this or like this would have been way better when it comes to her design. The rest of the design I think is good. I don't mind anything, and I just think her skirt is just way too short for being a maid. And before anyone says, oh, but she's also an assassin. Assassins can wear proper clothing for maids. If you go online and search up maid uniforms, you're rarely going to see a sexualized outfit as an official maid uniform. And if you do, it's mostly some people who made it as a costume. Which is why I think it's kind of weird that they made this shirt. Well, and the issue character I have the most issue with. The fact that they also made the NPC have short pants. Like, these are way too short pants. I think it's just becoming an issue with Hoyo not giving character pants. Or like, I think Jane is like a perfect example of something they could have done with this character. Giving her pants, and giving the NPC pants too, because she is not like some normal person. She's not like some princess, because this thing on her head makes her look like a princess, not like a general or someone in a high position in the military. Her outfit, it does have inspirations, as you can see on both sides. They have this uniform. I think the thing they could have done is just given this character pants, and in fact cover this part. I think that would have matched her design better. I know she's a fae, which is why I don't mind the exposed back, but the front of her design just has so many flaws that do not make her seem like she's of that high of a position half the time. It's just this part and this part just don't make sense. And this looks like a crown. It does not look like a headpiece like this. And I know they don't want to add like any symbols and yeah. Also, again, why is it like this is it feels bare. Why are so many Genshin designs now have their legs just be stockings? Like, I know people like it, but at the same time, it's kind of weird that it's stockings, and even in NPC designs now. And now I come to something that I feel like it's people who say, oh, you just don't know anything about the culture. Does this look to you the same as just what you saw earlier? Vodyanica is supposed to be inspired by Rusalki. by literal water nymphs. And yet, as you can see, they don't oftentimes have these fish things when they're depicted in any type of art. Oftentimes, they just look like normal women. So it's really weird that when she has fish features that are more of Western mermaids, not Slavic. And also, the pearls are sea pearls. Vodyanitsas are lake spirits. Lake. So yeah, that's like an issue. Also, her outfit being white, I think that's good because her some of her parts that have been told about her in like the game in the trailer specifically, they are a bit like some divas, which I think is really good and a note of culture. But at the same time, you just gave her the wrong things when it comes to her character. You could have also made her barefooted because unlike Columbina, it would have made sense for her. And also, here's the main issue. Why is there barely anything Slavic and it's 90% Russia? Russian. This is like a bit more Romanian because he looks like a vampire. This Dostoevsky inspiration, like from a character from his book, that's the name that they've chosen. Looks like a man, but is sexualized and everything. I just think that some of the designs could have been better, and I am kind of disappointed. But at the same time, I think that's Aritsa's designs, and his designs are like generally really good. I think they're like extremely interesting. I think they're really well done. But then you have these designs and the name here. I think these just are kind of disappointing. And I know and I know we're talking about female cast. Well, I'm gonna talk about male cast right now, and it's gonna be these two. Well, the only issue I have with these characters is these characters just this one is more creative than the last is more creative than Noi, but Noi looks like a mix of a classic vampire, Flint's, and D-Luke. Which some of you might ask, oh, D-Luke, what is it? Just the red hair? Oh no, it's kind of like it's also some of the expression and like some of the things like here. And I don't know, it reminds me partially of D-Luke too. And I find it weird. Then we have Valeri. This guy looks like Flint's and Vark together. And some of you may say, oh, but what do you mean? It doesn't look like them. It looks like a mix. And I think it's more creative than this one, but at the same time, it just feels like copy and paste. It feels like copy and paste of everything that you've seen before in this game. It's just becoming weird that there's so much copy paste, and then you have some designs that just look sexualized. They don't look proper. They look like someone decided, oh, I'm just gonna make this character just have way too much sex appeal for some gooners out there. And honestly, it's just getting to a point that I feel like they're even starting to appropriate cultures. We know what happened to Natlan, and I just think it's weird. This is gonna be it, but I think Genshin can do better, and I hope they do better. Because this game is not that bad, but there are issues with it. And those issues should be fixed before they try to continue doing anything big.